So what have I learned after getting 500 million XP in OSRS? Get out now. Get out while you still can. Unless you've already trained runecrafting, then might as well finish it off. So you may be asking yourself, how do you still play this game after all these years? Don't worry, you're not the only one. I wonder about this exact question every waking moment of my existence. I'll try my best to explain. Now, just so we're clear, OSRS is not the only game that I play. I play a ton of other games, but usually not for as long. So what is it about OSRS that keeps me coming back? Why do I still play it after all these years? Well, that's simple. 3 words. It's a grind. As we all know, this game is extremely grindy, and anything that you might want to do is usually locked behind some arbitrary requirement like get 85 woodcutting, or something random like that. Now, someone who doesn't know anything about this game might look at that and say, 85 woodcutting, how hard could that be? And unbeknownst to the person who asked, the question isn't how hard can it be, but how long can it be? Now, I feel as if this is where people decide whether they want to continue playing this game or play something else entirely that doesn't require you to grind for 100 hours before you can get to the fun stuff. And for those of you that chose to move on and do something else, anything else, I envy you. But in all seriousness, this game is very rewarding, and I think that's why a lot of us play it. Something as simple as killing 5,000 of a certain monster to get a certain rare drop is nothing short of magical.
No way, no way, no way! Our first kill back and we get tacits! No way! Drop the brew, you idiot!
Would you listen to the joy in that kid's voice when he gets that nice drop? That is somebody who is way too excited for some pixels, but the point stands. This game is pretty special. The feeling that you get from grinding a certain boss and finally getting the drop is what we're all here for. And don't even get me started on the feeling of finally completing a piece of content that you never thought was possible, such as your first Fire Cape or Inferno Cape. This brings me to my next point. There is so much to do. Now, you might be surprised to find out that even after all this XP and years invested in the game, I still haven't done everything. And maybe it's because I suck, or maybe it's just because there really is a lot of content. Yeah, let's go with that one. Up until recently, I hadn't even attempted the Inferno. It was a challenge that I previously thought was impossible for myself since I'm not the greatest at the game. Then one day, I felt like challenging myself and going for it. The thrill of completing a challenge that I had never intended on ever attempting was something that was unmatched and is probably one of the greatest feelings that I've gotten from a game. When I think of other games that make me feel good, I can think of a few, but none quite like this. And I think it just comes down to all the time that you've spent to achieve your goals. The more time you have invested, the greater the feeling at the end. It's similar to shows and movies. Usually a movie will be around 2 hours and it'll have a beginning, middle, and end, but with a show, this can be stretched out for about 20 episodes. You might not get the big finale action scene until the very last episode, but ultimately I think it'll be that much more rewarding since there was more build up. Now, of course, this won't be for everyone. I can definitely see how people would not be interested in this, my friends included. But for me, I kind of like this stuff, and yeah, I do like watching shows, so I guess it makes sense. But going back to the point of there being a lot of content, yes, I still have so much to do in this game. There's certain things that I haven't done that you might be quite surprised about, like completing raids. I have 1 raids KC that I got for a diary, and I've never even tried Theater of Blood aside from the quest that was mandatory. So as you can see, I still have quite a bit of content that I can do. And yeah, I think it just comes down to pacing. Some people will devote all their time to playing the game and doing absolutely everything all at once. And yeah, eventually you will run out of content. But I feel like for the average player who doesn't play that often, yeah, there's still plenty to do. I know of a bunch of people who are still getting their first 99 after all this time. And that, in and of itself, is a huge accomplishment. It's something that I never thought I would ever receive back when I was a kid playing this game for the first time. Fast forward a couple years, and I'm attempting something that I had no intention of ever doing, and I completed it. It was a goal that I set for myself, and part of the drive to get it was just the thought of all the time that I have spent in this game. Although I don't consider myself good at this game, I kind of told myself, hey, you have all these hours in this game, you should be able to do this piece of content, and that's kind of what made me want to go after the Infernal Cape. I think a good reason as to why I'm still around is because of this YouTube channel. Ever since I started making videos, I've been playing OSRS less, and it's not because I'm tired of it, but because editing takes time. Now whenever I get on to play, I'm always recording, as opposed to a few years ago when all I would do was play the game in my free time without having to worry about a video. I think if I hadn't started making videos, I would more than likely completed all the content that is currently in the game, so I can definitely understand where people are coming from when they ask for more content. Another reason as to why I haven't completed everything is because of the types of videos that I make. There are some videos like the Honest Runescape series where I do silly moneymakers that nobody would do in 2021, so while people are spending their time doing new content or the best moneymakers, I'm instead making a silly and hopefully entertaining video. A beautiful thing about this game is that there is something for everybody. If you want to boss and do combat, you can. If you want to do PvP, you can. If you want to just cut trees and fish, guess what? You can. The freedom to do whatever you want as well as not be locked to a certain class truly makes this game special. Another great thing is that you can play this game at your own pace. If you want to be the most efficient and max everything as fast as possible, you can do the activities that give you the most XP. Or if you're more like me, you can sit back, relax, and take part in some of the more AFK skills that reward less XP. This is both a game you can 100% focus on as well as a game that you can have on the side while you work or watch movies. Once again, there's just so much freedom here. Now after this is all said and done, I can't help but realize how mostly positive I was in this video. I kind of feel like a demon trying to lure you into this prison that I've been trapped in for way too long. I might be suffering from something. I don't know. I feel like this video has kind of turned into more of an explanation of what the game is and maybe why you should play it more than what I learned from it. So I guess if there's something that I've learned from playing this game, it's that you can do anything you set your mind to. If you want to get 99 in a skill, you go and do it. If you want to get a fire cape or even an infernal cape, you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Don't lose motivation and just keep at it. This game is all about repetition, and as long as you stick to it, I guarantee you, you will achieve your goal. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant of mine. I know it's a different kind of video, but yeah, I just felt like doing it, you know? It was a special moment. 500 million XP doesn't happen that often, but yeah, here's to another 500 million. Also, if you didn't already know, I have made a clan recently, and if you'd like to join, you can apply on the recruitment board at the GE on World 369. I'll be online for a few hours after this video goes live, so feel free to join the clan chat and apply. If I'm offline, feel free to stay in the clan as a guest until I log on again and I'm able to accept your application. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and thank you to all the people who have decided to become channel members, with a special thanks to ACR Beans and Spooky Skeletons. I really appreciate the support. Once again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode.